It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Looking to throw on second down. Burrow. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here we go. 180. 180.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The Bengals are 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Again, it's Mixon. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Here we go. 11 MT.
Mixing up the middle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now a give, right side. Cleary. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Out of the gun, Watson. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On the return, it's White. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
11, Thomas.
From the 22, Burrow. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A gain of 37.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Now Watson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Check 11, mighty. 11, mighty.
On 3rd down, Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Finding space at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
11 MT. 11 MT.
From the 38, Burrow. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Here we go. 180.
Here's a give to Mixon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run it again with Chubb. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And this will be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. They'll give it to Chubb. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Okay, CD, 2nd quarter, look at their deficit and where they're at on the field. They're going for this, right?
I think that they are, because down at this point, they've just made that big move. Ride the momentum wave while you can. I know people think, hey, you got to get some points here. Hey, you're riding it big time. Go get it done.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Here we go.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Like Sony thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
11.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first down, it's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Bengals drive about to get going.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Got an open man at Schwartz.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Watson, off play action. Got a man at Schwartz, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson looking deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. White now to return. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 121 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
12.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, clearing. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 75 yards.
And the Browns are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good.
And we are all tied at 28.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Burrow will throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And Chubb will try the middle here. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Burrow. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From midfield now, Burrow. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 154 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
12.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that one's going to hurt big time because it's a one-score game, and they certainly thought with that throw they were getting a difference-making score right there.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Browns drive about to get started. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That he's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 79 yards. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They go up the middle with Chubb, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
From the 50, it's Watson. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win,